Welcome back to another episode of Mandy and Jeff are going to update you on our lives.
Mandy and Jeff on the road, this time EBI edition.
Yes, we are currently taking over Bruce Burkholder's office.
Thanks Bruce. And while we're here, we wanted to share 3 things we've learned about living in Florida since we've been living in Florida for the last month, it seems like.
Well, number 1 is watch out for bicycles because they're everywhere. Sidewalks, roads, and sometimes they might get you.
They might just get you. That's another story not meant for the internet, but comment below if you want to hear it. Number 2 is not something that we've necessarily learned, but we've been more aware of, and that's house prices. And yes, you've heard of Miami, you've heard of Orlando and Tampa, all being popular places, but now they're overpopulated. And so little towns like Sebring are starting to have inflated house prices. And so everything is crazy priced right now, and competition is beginning to get very high, even with the crazy interest rates.
But God has a plan, and He knows exactly where we're going to be and what house we're going to get, and hopefully at a good price. But that can be a prayer that you guys could have, is that we could find good housing.
Yep.
Number 3 is we have reached record high heat in
May.
In May since, like, what was it the other day? 1971. It met the record. And they're basically in a drought. They haven't had rain in forever, and we haven't had rain since we've been here.
We had one shower.
Well, and it was like 2 minutes
long. Like little shower.
Yeah. So it's hot.
And humid, but not rainy.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's really the 3 things we've taken away from living in Florida for the last month. We have not been to our current house in North Carolina since the end of April and mid-April. That's true. And so we are still in Florida for another week and a half.
Get to have a nice road trip. Basically through all of Florida. We haven't been any further south than Sebring, and before anything else in this video goes even more south, we're going to transition to our little bit of an update and some prayer requests so that in the month of May, you can pray for us even better. So we have been traveling quite a bit. We've been on the road. So far, we've had one sickness. Thank you for praying, because we sent out an SOS on social media and we know that some of you guys were praying, and we are so thankful. So far, only one person has been sick in the family, so we are praying that as we continue our trip that we will continue to stay healthy, and that would be greatly appreciated if you would just continue to pray for our health and our stamina as we are finishing out the next week and a half.
And along that lines, not just physical health, but mental, emotional, and spiritual health. This is our longest trip by far that we've taken on our pre-field deputation journey, and I know I am feeling it. I've been in a much better place in my spiritual life because I knew I was going to have to be. You know, anytime you feel like you know you're going to be challenged, you want to up your game, and so I feel like I've done that a lot, but it's taken a lot out of me. And I have failed to really account for how much speaking every week is taking out of me. And they'll say deputation tired is a whole different kind of tired. And it's because it's a holistic tired. It takes it all out of you. And so, yes, physical strength, we're so thankful only one of us has been sick. Because that does, it's like, it can ruin a whole week. And we haven't had any cancellations or postponements, anything like that. But we are definitely, especially the kiddos, we're feeling it. We're kind of dragging a little bit more. We're having to pep ourselves up a little bit more each and every day. And
they're starting to miss their beds and their other toys. So it's just, they've done so well up until now. And so we're like, okay, guys, we're almost there.
We're in the home stretch.
Our last prayer request is just for wisdom. We have a lot of decisions that we've been making, whether it be schooling for Logan, whether it be future plans for either housing or even future plans for when we get down to this area, what we're going to be doing.
who's going to be doing what, etc. So there's just a lot of details that we have to go through right now, plus planning more meetings and getting into more churches and figuring everything out. It's a lot right now, and we're just trying to seek as much wisdom as we can to make sure that we're making the right decisions for our family and the right decisions for EBI and Baptist Missions and all of the things combined. So if you guys wouldn't mind asking God to provide us wisdom as we are making these many decisions. It seems like almost every day we're making a different decision.
We're in a different phase of life. It isn't just pick up the toddlers and go wherever.
Right. We're starting to we're going to have a school age kid in what, 2.5 months?
2.5 months.
So that's pretty crazy. And we're just needing to seek a lot more wisdom with how we schedule things and make sure that we're giving him the best time at school and us the best time that we can on the road when we need to be.
Yeah. And obviously, like, a lot of you ask, how can you pray best for us? And support is one of those prayer requests, and wisdom, I think those are kind of the two main pillars of our prayer requests, because our support directly impacts the decision timing of things that we have to make. If we get an influx of 25% more support in the next 2 months because God decides to richly reward us, that would be awesome, but it also changes the structure of the conversations and the wisdom we're seeking for. And so it's not just wisdom in one particular thing, it's wisdom on the ever-changing environment that we live in, because obviously we want as much support as possible, as quickly as possible, and not from a selfish standpoint, but just we're here at EBI. We see the need for our skill sets, we know the calling of God on our lives, and we're like, let's go. But at the same time, we understand that God has a plan and God is working all things out for His glory and our good. So our world is ever changing, and you guys know that. So as our world is ever changing because of our support level, we'd like you to pray for the wisdom and the decisions that are ever changing in that.
But Jeff, we promised them something.
We did promise you guys something.
Let's blow this popsicle stand and take them on a tour of EBI. And we might run into a few of our coworkers.
We might. This is one of the offices at EBI. Most of them are very similarly structured, but let's take you on a tour and get out of here.
Welcome to the top floor of Editorial Bautista Independiente. We are going to take a tour of the upstairs, and then we'll also show you the downstairs. So we're going to start in here. This is the conference room where we have our team meetings every week. And then also, you will see this screen up there. That's where a lot of our off-site coworkers will zoom in, and so usually Jeff and I are on that screen for everyone to see, and this is how we kind of communicate as a team. This may look like a bit of a storage room, but it's going to be the studio when we get here. So Jeff is going to transform this whole room to be where he's going to start producing a lot of the marketing for Editorial Bautista Independiente.
Hi, I'm Annie Ullman, and I am the office assistant.
Welcome to the showroom at Editorial Bautista Independiente. I know at some of these churches, Jeff has talked about our new kids' books. Well, 2 of them are here. We're still waiting on the other ones to get printed.
My name is Daryl Jinks, and I'm production manager here at EBI.
This is the printing room where Daryl will print all of the things and we'll cut it up and bind them together.
Hola, mi nombre es Marco Garibaldi y mi posición aquí es director de logística y IT. Hello, my name is Marco, and I'm the director of project logistics and IT.
This is the shipping room. This is where we box up all of the books and send them out the door.
Hey there, I'm John Poe, and I'm the business director here at EBI.
This is the accounting office. This is where I will be working when we are here.
Thanks so much for joining us on the tour. Hopefully you learned a little bit about Florida like we have, and also how to pray for us better the rest of the month of May. We'll see you guys in June. We've got new podcasts coming out next week. Have a great day.
My name is Logan Butler, and I'm Chief of Chatting.